Know naught, all ways are lawful to innocence. Pure folly is the key to initiation. Silence breaks into rapture. Be neither man nor woman, but both in one. Be silent, babe in the egg of blue, that thou mayest grow to bear the lance and grail. Wander alone and sing, in the king's palace his daughter awaits thee. That's the opening verse to the book of Thoth for the Fool card. In that verse, Crowley encapsulates the entire knowledge and understanding of the Fool card. Now, in the book of Thoth, this book here, there are actually 16 sections to the Fool card, and he goes through such things as the letter Aleph, which is the letter that's associated, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is associated with air. And then he goes on to the goddess Maut, who is a vulture. And why is she on there? Because she has a virgin birth. Because the ancient Egyptians, basically vultures are hard to tell the sex between the two. So it looks like there's no male involved in the creation of the chick. He goes into the Tetragrammaton, which is the Yod He Vav He and the four elements. He talks about the Green Man of the Spring Festival. The Great Fall of the Celts Dalua, Percival, which is Parsifal in the Grail legends, Zeus Arnethalos, who is a dual god, and then he goes on to talks about Harpakrat, Dionysus Zagreus, and Bacchus Diphues, the crocodile, and Baphomet as well. So it's a vast range, and he's encapsulating the entire tarot in this Fool card. So I'll just go through some of the meanings of the card that he gives here. Crowley says, in spiritual matters, the Fool means idea, thought, spirituality, that which endeavours to transcend earth. Then in material matters, it may have badly dignified, mean folly, eccentricity, or even mania. Now, he's not saying that in material matters the Fool is a disaster, only if it's badly dignified. There's a big difference. And this is the meaning that I find most useful about the Fool card. He says, but the essential of this card is that it represents an original, subtle, sudden impulse or impact coming from a completely strange quarter. Basically, with the Fool card, when it appears, particularly in the future, you have no idea what it means. You have no idea what it represents, because if you did, it wouldn't be the Fool. So it's a kind of, it gives the unpredictability, if you like, to the tarot. It's something that comes from nowhere and smacks you in the face. You think, oh my God, where did that come from? So even if you're looking for it, you're probably looking for it in the wrong place. And there's an interesting point at the end. He says, all such impulses are right, if rightly received. So in other words, what the Fool represents is the rightness of the universe. It is whatever you think about what's going on, it is right, if rightly received. Now, of course, how well does the diviner perceive these things? You know, if the diviner is not perceiving as well as he could do, maybe he's not to see the entire picture. And then he says, and the good or real interpretation of the card depends entirely on the right attitude of the querent. So this is putting the meaning of the card entirely back onto the querent. Are they able to deal with this spiritual energy or power that is going to come through them? And if done right, it's a shocking experience. So you know, in essence, there is nothing bad about the Fool. It is all good. The problem is how well do we, as humans, deal with these things. So there's a kind of sort of background basis to the thing, to the whole thing, the Fool card. The characteristics of the verse I read out. There are many secrets of the esoteric world that are contained within here. It's sex magic as well. Oops, I've said it. Sorry, Lon. Didn't mean to do that, but there we go. So you think of the Fool as pure in innocence. It is pure in innocence, but it's about the generation of the lineage, the power of the energy that goes back beyond generations, and you're maintaining and contributing to that lineage, to the future as well, you see. So let's have a look at the Fool card, actually, which is always a good idea, isn't it? Now, what we have is the Green Man, this man with the horns, and these are horns of Dionysus, I think. Why Dionysus? He's the god of drink and rapture and in divine intoxication. So he's, in essence, he's beyond rationality. He's not logic. He's not this kind of articulated kind of sort of measured thing that's going on. There's a spiral that goes around the thing, and I think if you basically work that out, that comes out to 3.5 loops. The 3 can represent, it's basically 3 is a creative number, and it represents the supernal triangle, if you like. All the 3.5 loops, I think, is to do with one of the chakras, a base chakra, basically. He has a butterfly in there, which of course represents air. The crocodile you can see along the bottom, which is this idea of the virgin birth that comes out of there again. The Green Man himself, he's leaping into the air. It's kind of flashing like a starburst. At the centre, where his General's Bazaar, he had the sun. There's a solar symbol there. Why is that there? Well, I think it's to do with the Adeptus Minor grade of the Golden Dawn and the OTO. And the Adeptus Minor grade is related to Tiferet, the sun. So the sun and the moon are actually conjoined in the Genesis because the Yesod is the lunar part in here. So this is the union of the male and the female, the lance and the grail. He's also, it represents the holy guardian angel that's pointed Tiferet as well. So you have this solar golden yellow light in there. In the background, behind the torso and across the baseline of where his genitals are, you have a pyramid. And this pyramid directs directly back to the princesses, which is mentioned in his verse. Between his feet, you can actually see two, there's the twins there, the twins that appear in other cards, in particular the Lover's cards. The whole card is this expression of unity, the zero, of nothingness. From nothingness becomes the all, and the all is important because the all is Pan. So there's this direct relationship to Pan, the god Pan, in this whole card. It's a powerful image of the generation and creativity of knowledge. It's tiger. There's this on his thigh. So on his head he has a crown, which is also Keter as well. Sorry, it's difficult to really kind of put these cards in a logical kind of framework because they throw out so many ideas from so many directions. But it's the most important fundamental card of the tarot. To study this card and particularly read through the whole section on the full card, there's a huge amount of information.